You're very open about having 2 wives.
Of course I'm talking about it. And I encourage also. And when I get home, my wife will tell me, you did a good job.
Is it easy?
I told my wife and told her, I said, darling,
Do you-
don't mention the wrong name, that'll be problem.
Do you ever mention the wrong name? When you decided today, I want to get married to the second wife, X, how did you start that conversation with the first wife?
From the tell you, the Sunnah of the Nabi sounds more than one wife. Sahaba always said,
Sheikh,
never leave a woman unmarried.
Sheikh, but every woman and every man in Islam knows a prophet more than one
You
wife.
have to be strong, come here. You must be strong in yourself and have faith in yourself and do what you want to do. If they disagree, they want to, that's a different thing. Any case.
Did your wife agree?
In Conversation With is proudly sponsored by Africa Cash and Carry, Crown Mines, and shot on location at Hyatt Regency Cape Town.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another edition of In Conversation. Today I'm honored to have with me His Eminence Sheikh Irfaan Abrahams. Sheikh Irfaan, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh Irfaan is one of the most senior ulama in Cape Town, long-serving community member, community leader. When we decided to speak to people in Cape Town, we said, who are the people? And one of the first names that came up was Sheikh Irfaan. And after a long wait, you are here, Sheikh Irfaan. Jazakallah khair for joining us.
Hayakumullah, Sayyid.
Barakallah. Shukran, jazakallah khair. Sheikh Irfaan, when I look at your profile, I mean, there aren't many, but you're one of the outstanding ulama in South Africa who, let's say, Sheikh is op die grond. Sheikh is on the ground with the people. When people talk about Sheikh Irfaan, they first think of a man who's in the community, a man who's in touch with the community, a man who's always there. When it comes to engaging with drugs, with gangsterism, with community problems, with social issues, with education, you've seen it all, haven't you, Sheikh?
I've seen it, lived it, I saw it, I handled it.
You handle it.
I handled it.
You're also known to be as a man of action.
Yeah, I don't believe talking enough. Take action. If you do wrong, you take action. I don't believe talking all day, and the end people don't do anything. That's what I am.
Okay, we'll get to the part of action. But Sheikh Irfaan, where does all of this come from? What's your story in life?
Yeah, firstly, I must thank you for the wonderful interview. And I'm sure many people haven't seen me for many years, 30, 40, 50 years, they haven't seen me. But obviously I will put my name, my telephone number, they can phone me immediately or as soon as possible. I lived in Surrey Estate all my life. I lived in Durban in the early 1970s. I stayed there, and when I came back...
You went there as a child with your parents?
No. I'll come back to that point specifically. So firstly, I thank you for the opportunity. I want to say to you, yes, I was born in an area called Surrey Estate. It was a very poor area, and basically you live like in the jungle. Only there wasn't elephant lions, only there wasn't there. Only human people, human beings. But I lived my life there. I was born there in 1959, the second of the first month. In 1959 I was in. I was born in Surrey Estate. And so a few siblings before me and 3 siblings after me also born. We were 11 children together, was 12, one passed on. And 1, 2, 3, after the third one was born, the fourth one was born in District 6. My parents were with the
Group Areas Act.
Group Areas Act. They get all the people out of the areas. So my parents, one of those who decided to leave, or forced to leave. So they bought land in Surrey Estate and then they lived, alhamdulillah.
How old was Sheikh when Sheikh... So Sheikh didn't move. Sheikh was born in Surrey Estate.
I was born in Surrey. 1, 2, 3 before me and myself and 3 after me.
What was Surrey Estate like in
I said in the jungle, like a jungle.
Really?
There was this bush everywhere you walk, or you talk, you spill the bush, you go through the bush, and so there was no proper streets. No proper streets.
What was the emotions of people like your parents growing up? What did you witness in there? Did they have pain? Did they have anger? Were they sad? Because, I mean, that time they probably had just moved. Surrey Estate wasn't their home. Them and other people in the community.
Instability in my family was something beyond and something other than what you're asking. When I was born, I spoke to my elder sister, that was 18. She said to me, Sheikh, when you were born, You had asthma, very bad asthma. So bad, I'd say they have to oversee me, take care of me, say everything's okay. And then one night my sister go, other than my eldest brother go, and so we went on to take routine. And then one day the doctor tells my mother, Mommy, your son not going to make it. She about me. Your son will make it. Then I said, Doctor, remember, you are not Allah. You are not Allah. Now, Mommy went back home, get all the children together and make the dhikr. Make dhikrullah. Mother believe, remember Allah Ta'ala is very important. And she made it all night. And then they released me after a while. I went back to hospital. I was constantly visiting the hospital. So the doctor, I would like to meet them. They were also looking well after me and did their best. But my mother believed they are not Allah. Life and health is in the hands of Allah Ta'ala. Allah give whom we want and take whom we want. So then one of the things that I will remember, my mom was a model, a role model for me. She was a good example to all of us. And alhamdulillah, may Allah forgive and grant Jannat al-Firdaus, inshallah. I'll come back to my mother a little bit later, but I'm telling you, somebody mentioned one day, Sheikh, do you only have the mother? No, the father also. You only speak to the mother. Because the impact of my mother in our lives was so great, we can never forget. I can tell you now today, and almost every day I think about my mother. Almost every day. And she passed away almost 50 years ago. I was 12 when she passed. She passed at the age of 46, 47. She died. All the way up to the day. I don't think one day is passed, I don't think my mother. So alhamdulillah, when I went to study also, I always remember my mother, the road to Jannah, in Medina, with the Haram. I mean, all my brothers made a hajj to my mother and father, and my mother especially. They did it. So I'm saying to you, life in Saudi State was for us the only place we know. There's no any other place. If you go to Worcester, it's like taking a trip to Makkah. Take a trip to town, and you're going to Worcester. Like something very special. And yes, we did the shopping in the islands, we take the bus in the islands, and we go from Saudi State, take the bus to the island, pay 2 cents. 2 cents for the bus. The bus in the island and buy our groceries for the week. So alhamdulillah, this was the life in Saudi State. So I was saying that, yeah, quite a few of my friends who grew up with me, I have different phases, I had different friends. Different phases in my life, I had different friends. And yeah, so we grew up together, we naughty together, we good things together.
What was the difference between poverty in your days and poverty today, and poor people in those days? Because today, there's a lot of crime, a lot of problems, and people pin it on poverty. And
I tell number one, my mother was the best cook. You guys, she cooks, she's the best cook. But we don't every time had the cooking for us because of money. So poor. My mother at times said, my children will never go to sleep without food. And at night, she make a big pot of millipap, maize meal, for supper. We had them go to sleep. But she will not allow us to go to sleep with an empty stomach. As a concern she had for children. When parents' life become very unstable, things twisted a lot, changed a lot. And finally, I was about 7, 8 years old when my father went on another life. When he had he remarried and he lived there. That has followed up to a lot of other problems, but alhamdulillah, we dua for them. Whatever they did with good intention. As a young man that time, when I became a little older, 8, 9, 10, I said to myself, when I saw the ugliness of, what has happened, I said to myself, I would like to get married to 2 wives one day.
Really, Sheikh?
I said that. I was a child. I said, no, Muslims shouldn't be living out. Oh, Allah grant me to have another wife one day. And I've been married to my first wife for 47 years. And I only got married to my second wife in the year 2000.
Yeah, 2000. That's about
I had
24
two
years.
beautiful daughters, my second wife, and I got 11 children by my first wife. But we come back to that also. And we were part of Medina.
Okay, inshallah.
So I say to you, alhamdulillah, our lifestyles has different phases. We go into our life in different phases. But poor and being poor, I know about it. I always tell my children, you can never tell the world. Your father can tell the whole world, and he can survive on dry bread, with sugar and water, I eat it, and I'm full of the day. I get millipap for lunch, supper, and breakfast, and I'm fine, I can go on with it. And that's how my life was. Simple, poor, but one thing for sure. My mother was a disciplinarian. She was disciplined. She didn't take nonsense of ruling of children, and she was very and still disciplined us.
So Sheikh, I mean, talking about discipline and you yourself being an educator, when you look at what your life was like then, and the type of discipline we have in homes today, and the type of attitudes we have towards discipline today, how do you feel about it?
No, you're right. It's a great concern to me also. I mean, I've been in masjid last night. Normal masjid is known to be full to capacity. Only 3 nights. When the Tarawih was finished, only 2,000 people. When the 18 rak'ah were done, half of people left the masjid. What is going on? What is going on?
So what is going on? You've been a leader in the community for 30 years.
We need to discuss and handle the issue. Are the rak'ahs too long? Are the qira'ah too long? Should the qira'ah, shouldn't the Tarawih to 8 rak'ahs? We think all these things. And we discuss the MBC ones, we discuss all the discussion there. What are we going to do? How can you get the people back to the masjid? It's a big concern. I'll come back to that. So at the age of 12, my mother passed on. Rahmatullah alayha. And to me, Prince was the greatest person in my life.
I see it's still affecting you today.
Allah, it does. My mother was for me everything. She had 11 children, but nobody puts a hand on the children. Nobody. Nobody puts a hand on her children. But there's one man, she gave permission. She said, uit het lijm de maandje, geef de maandje een goede pak. Anyway, out of hand, the mosque in the road, the maandje gives them a good idea. I give it to one permission.
Which mosque was that?
Sarisi, Darul Mosque, Sarisi.
And who was your first madrasa teacher?
Sorry?
Who was your teacher at that time?
My teacher was Khalifa Zainab, Benjamin, and also Imam Ismail Johnson. And also as a year ago, before the age of after my mother died, my friend Umar Titus, his mother said, Sheikh Irfaan, Simon school, go madrasa at night. We taught only Quran. And I learned my Quran. And I perfect my Quran there. By Mutamaili. He passed on Rahmatullah.
Where was this?
In Commodore, young Commodore.
Okay.
He taught me to read the Quran properly, and I completed the whole Quran by in the reading. So they belong to a Jama'ah, Khatm al-Quran, Jama'ah al-Adhkar, and I joined me every Sunday, I go with him.
Was
me on the right path.
Was Islam and these types of teachings, these madaris and halaqat al-Quran, how important was that in the Muslim community in the 60s? And how important was that in keeping the Muslim community together?
It brings a sense of awareness of the Islamic identity. On the Thursday night, you could do Ratul Haddad, with dhikr, Khamd Kibbutz together. And they, people became Muslim. People became Muslims, they become Muslim. Alhamdulillah, they became Muslim. So, alhamdulillah, I say all little things that happen today, must look at the history where it started. And believe those were the things that kept Islam alive. Knowledge wasn't widespread, but the concept of Islam was always there. Whether we go to, I can tell you, I was a young man, I went to bicycle. When I travel Adhan, I leave the bicycle, I go to Masala and I come back.
Which bioscope did you go to, Sheikh?
Oh, the home bioscopes in Sunny State, and then the gem bioscope in Woodstock, then the region bioscope there. I went to look the Wapa match, Wapaya. What was the full name? And the Obas, ik loop in the. That was all these bioscopes. But my Salah was top priority. When it got bigger and bigger, my mother was just sitting on the Salah. She won't allow, we come from work, or come from the road, the first, Salah, Salah already. The first question is nothing else, you Salah klaar. Dan zeg je Salah, vat je stok, en je eet als je Salah finish. How sick she was on Salah. But nothing more important to her than we making Salah that time. So one day she became very sick. My mother high blood. So that time, it was only the white ambulance, the white people working on the ambulance, no colors. That time, wasn't allowed for colors to work on the ambulances. So they can fetch my mother and put her on a stretcher. And can all the children in the line, in the passage. She said, my kinders, pas op jullie salah, and Allah zal achter jullie kijken. Oh my children, observe your salah and Allah will take care of you. I remember, wallahi, every word she said, and he was carrying out to the ambulance. Pas op jullie salah, and Allah zal achter jullie kijken. Then how she believed, her salah will protect you. All difficult evil, her salah will protect you. She believed that in the truth, in the real life, she believed that. Alhamdulillah, this is a mother I had. One day, very disciplined. I went to madrasa. Khalifa Zainab. She come here. She got feeling my ears. Come here. That shirt lying there, where you find it? That pen now, where you find it? And you pack it up and put it away. Now you can go to madrasa.
Do you bring your children up with that type of discipline?
I'm going to come to that. So, yeah. So I believe if your upbringing is good, you will preserve and observe that which were reared upon. And I feel, alhamdulillah, my mother was an exemplary example. When my father left, my father never divorced my mother.
Oh, okay.
And my mother never went through fasaq. She wasn't interested in men, she wasn't in any man. I remember one day I was a small child, I was lying on the bed inside the room, and somebody else was living there. I'd make it if I was sleeping. This man came to see my mother, and then, every word I heard. They asked my mother hand in marriage. My mother said to him, thank you very much, my cousin hier gekom het, but remember my kinders. Ik weet niet hoe gaat je my kinders treat, ik wil my kinders jou treat. I don't want that. I'm not interested in getting married, but I have 12 children to keep me busy in my work. Keep me busy every day. And truly, we kept her busy all the time. Alhamdulillah. So this is to give you an idea as to what kind of mother I had. And she was a beautiful woman. If you look at my elder sister, I know she's going to scold at me. She's a beautiful woman. My sister. They had a secret name they called me. They called me Kafachi. Kafachi means a black person.
Yes.
And I'm proud of it. And there's a reason for that. All my sisters were fair. I was the blackest of everybody. They called me Kafachi.
The black sheep of the family.
Not the black sheep.
Are you
the color?
The black person, you're the black
sheep. An evil person. That's one thing. Other they call me Fishy. Fishy. Fishy means a fish.
A fish.
I'm the only one who can say that recitation in English. I'm the only one. And I'm unique for that. I tell the people in the mosque one day, if I'm in a good mood one day, I'll say the poetry for you in English. I was the only person who could do that. I don't even sit on A, if you can understand what I'm saying. Durban would understand what I'm saying. English background would understand what I don't know. But let me say it to you, you're not busy with it.
Say it.
And I got some money for this. See my mother's friend comes to visit. I was the one, she said, go make tea. Coffee, come out with tea. I'll go and make the tea. And she said, buy a packet of biscuits, eat some of the common biscuits. I'll eat some and put them. that people enjoy. They never drank such beautiful and wonderful tea the way I'm giving to them. Really, wallahi. Most of them died. Yeah, in fact, all of them, I can say all of them have died. But they know my history, the way I'm coming from. So, so I make the tea, they eat and drink, and they leave. No man, they come. Café come say with the restaurant. Say fishes. Say of what fishes. Fishes. Dan zeg ik, fishes wat naar kostjes zoek. Papi van hem in de hoek. Mami braai hem in die pan. En boete eet daar heerlijk van. Dat is Afrikaans version. Now listen to the English version. Remember, Sarah with no English people couldn't speak English.
Oh, really?
The whole crew never know English. We couldn't speak English. Wallahi. So sometimes in that, oh God, that's meant from another planet or whatever. So, dan moet ik het op. We zitten natuurlijk the same recitation in English. I say, visje with the kusje zoek, pipi film in de hoek, boete, pipi film in de hoek, boete je dan heerlijk vinden.
Yeah, so Sheikh Irfaan, you have talents.
I'm telling you. And I get that coin, my ola. I get it from them. TC will give you ola. I go to the shop, I would want to buy. And that's how they make money, how I make money. My dad would then change it. They appreciate what I'm doing for them. And kindly, they give me some money, man. So this is part of the history of me. And remember, truly, you don't hear anybody start speaking English. Ons allemaal plaatsmensen. Ons komen hier van de jungle af, wat kan niet Engels praten, ons praat Afrikaans. Only speak Afrikaans, no English. So years later, more and more people came to look for the ground in Saudi, and they came, all kind of people came. Today, if a dead people set up now, they will never recognize Saudi.
Really?
They will never recognize Saudi. So,
Sheikh, I want us to move a bit in time. How did you end up in Islamic University in Medina?
yeah.
I mean, how does someone from Syria State decide
So,
those scholars who went before you?
When I went to Khalifa Jaina, my eldest brother, I was very afraid of my eldest brother. Oh my God, I was afraid of him. Even when I got married, I thought I would never sit in this company. That's how afraid I was of my eldest brother. Yeah, so he told me, I said, come here. I want you to go and learn Arabic by Imam Ismail. He is the best Arabic tutor and Arabic teacher. Learn him, I promise you, you will never regret it. Now, he asked me that, yeah, I feel good because I'm afraid of telling me, do that. He encouraged me to do that. So I went, myself, Sheikh Irfaan Gabriel, Sheikh Bakr Gabriel, we all went to Imam's classes. And we started teaching Arabic.
Which Imam was this?
Imam Ismail Johnson. Rahmatullah alayhi.
Rahimahullah.
It was to learn, teach us to learn more Arabic language, Nahu and Sarf. Now we develop. Before I go to Medina, what took me to Medina, I couldn't tell what was long before I went into Durban. I said when I was 50 years old, I stayed in Durban. It was the only Afrikaans school in Durban was in Wentworth. Mr. Lewis was the principal. And I was here. I was the first to establish Salah in the school. And Jumu'ah, I said, Mr. Lewis, we need to go to mosque. We need to go to Jumu'ah on Friday. He said, you can't get everybody up, I will allow me to go. Half 12, quarter past 12, I can leave the school. In the bus, I go back to Gracie Mosque. That is how I went when I go to Jumu'ah. I want to take a few steps backwards. I've been in Sub A at one school, Sub B at another school, Sub 1 at another school, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 5 at Vanguard. In my primary school career at Vanguard Primary. All the schools I've gone to, from the first one, I'm Islamic Salah. Then my mother hit me. Told the teacher, I need to go, can you make salah? Yes, make salah. Said the one other teacher, Juffrouw van Skalkwijk, that's her name. Juffrouw van Skalkwijk, Ian, grade 1. No, grade 3. Ik zei, juffrouw, kan ik alsjeblieft naar de moskee op vrijdag? Hij zei, what? We Muslims must go to mosque on a Friday. She looks at me. I said, okay. Op één condition. On one condition. Eén voorwaarde. You're going to pray for me. I promise I'll pray for you. I pray for her until today. I pray for her.
Seriously, Ola?
Allah grant her, you were once Skalkwijk. Until there I pray for her, because you asked me to pray for her. May Allah guide her heart to Islam, inshallah.
Amen.
And alhamdulillah, that's what I did. That in Sunday 1. At the primary school at Vanguard, when I came there, Mr. Ismail was my teacher in Sunday 2. And then, we asked permission for the Sunday 2 was grade 4. Asked permission to Mr. Van der Twee. Mr. Van der Twee. Say, you're for Mr. Van der Twee. She told him, show him to make salah. I said, okay, you're from Munawari. Small office opened. That's for your prayer time.
You still need to tell me how you got to Medina.
They all led me to Medina, man. They led me to Medina. Without these things, have been insulting me. I could never live in Medina. That's important point to bring to you. Nothing could do with the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At age of 14, I started teaching people how to read the Quran. And my first student was Ghulam Inus. I taught him to read the Quran. And it had such a good and positive impact. And many of the people in the area came to me and must see to read the Quran. I took them. To read the Quran, I was so strict. And upon my teaching, I can tell you, I don't think there was a man stricter than I was. I'm extremely strict in my teaching. Wherever I went, as a teaching people, I don't take any nonsense. A lady told me one day when I was sitting Darul Arqam with the MGOs here, Sheikh, I am over 60 years, you tell me I'm going to go outside? Yes, you don't do my work, you're outside. Whoever it is, even my own wife in my class. If you don't do my work, I put you outside the class. That's how strict I was. I don't take nonsense of anybody. But at the end, I prove results. At the primary school I taught, at the high school I taught, wherever I go, I make sure I give results. So that happened. And eventually, when I was 8 in Kathkanai, when Mr. Jubair was a teacher, he also. Then I went to go to Juma. That teacher took the register, religious guidance teacher. How come this guy, this period is absent? Every third period is absent. I come back to school. So this Friday I came back. She took the register down to the principal. Said, this guy, every third week is absent in my period. I came back to school again like I normally do. He said, Sheikh Irfaan, I got a tour to, I will go to the office. The teacher go back to the office. I was going to go, I'm really in trouble, in a mess. And I go, what can you do? I went down. Jij is een manier either absent on a Friday, or you say either third for register instruction, you say absent on that period. Here was Jubair. I need to go to the mosque. That's within our went. Niet meer. Fine. Now I bend over and they give me a few cuts. Give me a few cuts. But I still went. I'm secret at school or whatever, but I'm not sitting out for Jummah. At least every third Jummah. So alhamdulillah, these were the important points who drove me to Medina. I went to Durban. I said number 43 Kenville Road, Kenville. Opposite Amgeni Heights, next to NCP, National Chemical Product. I stayed there. There I had a life for 1 year, I remember. I had a good life. I had work. I performed Jumu'ah for the people in the masjid at the Sufi mosque in Kenville Road. That's 2 hours away from us. Sheikh, we want you to the khutbah for us. It started with Ramadan. Ramadan, they want me to make the munad they were making before the Adhan. Yeah. I did that. Every shop, what's going on here? My fans, Mullah, Said Bai Sebella, leave him. I taught people there, up in Namgeni, I taught them.
So you were very young?
Yeah, very young, 16 that time.
And you were teaching already?
Yeah, I did at the age of 14.
Was that common? I don't think it was common for some people.
Sayyidi, the Radha of the Quran made me what I was. And also, initially when on a different level, as we are more developed in my Ismail's classes, I developed more and a more updated and a more upgraded standard of teaching people than what Ismail taught me. But I read a book on that, how to teach people how to read the Quran. I taught people in 3 weeks' time to read the Quran. In 3 weeks' time, could read the Quran. It was an African person, Jamil Kurbis. He read him, when he became Muslim, parents took him out of the house. I took him into my house, he lived with me, and he said, come sit. Within 3 weeks, wallahi, in 3 weeks, only 1 hour. No, listen, 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, more than 35 minutes a day. Wallahi, assume by Allah, could read the Quran. You bring any Christian man on the street who's open-minded, who has a love for learning, bring him to me. I'm going to read the Quran in 3-4 weeks time. I promise you that. Take the challenge. What's
the secret?
It's a methodology. The method. I told the images one day, that all ulama come to sit, the quickest way to teach people how to read the Quran, and I promise you, the whole capable will be able to read the Quran. I told them. But they're not taking very serious all the time. So in any case, and even as when I went to Medina and come back to that also, I teach people to read the Quran in the same method. I'm a white teacher, Arab women to read the Quran, couldn't read one letter of the Quran. Wallahi al-Azim.
We are in conversation with Sheikh Irfaan Abrahams, and we'll be back continuing this riveting conversation. Stay tuned.
In Conversation With is proudly sponsored by Africa Cash and Carry, Crown Mines.
Welcome back to In Conversations with Sheikh Irfaan Abrahams. Sheikh Irfaan, Jazakallah khair. When you what year did Sheikh go to Medina al-Munawwara?
We went to Medina at the end of 1978 or 79. Yeah.
I mean, I think the Islamic University in Medina was founded at the beginning of the 70s, isn't it? Like 71?
No, it was still long before the Jamiat al-Islamiyya, Medina Islamic University.
And were the South Africans at the Islamic University?
Yeah, there were quite a few South Africans.
Who were the South Africans who went to Islamic University in Medina in your period, before you, just after you? Who are the people who were there?
When we went to Medina, I had 8 students except myself, Sheikh Ibrahim Gabriels, Sheikh Faudi Pandey from PE, Sheikh Dochi Dawood Davids from Grassy Park. The few I can remember now.
Okay.
We were accepted that year.
Okay, and why did you choose Medina? Because I mean, in that time, a lot of people were going to Al-Azhar.
No, that's not the real thing. Many people didn't go to Al-Azhar.
Really?
No. As far as I can remember, there were students from South Africa in Al-Azhar. Yeah, they were. Now, those are all open. I mean, anybody can go today, tomorrow.
So was Medina...
Those years were very difficult circumstances.
So was Medina the easier place for people to have gone them days?
For those who are not married, and for those who can stay away from his wife for a year, and go back on holiday, and say, give you a ticket and you go home, that's no problem. You can go.
And what was your experience like in Medina, in Islamic University?
Well, the first year I came here, myself and Sheikh Ibrahim traveled together, and we landed on the airport. The first thing I mind, in the Jumu'ah, and you were flying taxi. When I go to Jumu'ah, the first thing my mind, I went to university. Oh my God, This can't be. Prayers are lying all over on the floor, on the ground. I said, Sheikh Ibrahim, are we at the right place? They live in a hostel there. So either breathe, don't do it, throw it over the balcony on the floor. Everybody does it. The place looked like a bakery.
So throwing the bread over the balcony?
Over the balcony and they realize it. Ibrahim. And the worse is that they're sitting upside there, even the Jummah. And the Jummah is on.
Sheikh, this is not a good image of the Islamic University.
No. But they've changed it now.
Yes, of course.
If you don't go to Jummah, they fire you, expel you.
Who was the president of the university at the time? Al-Aboudi?
Ra'is al-Jami'ah Swiss, Sheikh
Al-Aboudi or Al-Ubaid, Al-Abbad?
Abbad.
Al-Abbad was the...
And the others come Sheikh Ubaidullah.
Okay.
After that. Yeah, so, but I didn't regret when I went in the learning and developing, I never could go to Medina. And the encouragement I got from my Sheikh, I learned by, because before I was linked, when Imam Ismail got a brain hemorrhage, he went for hospital operation, he was there for a number of years, he sent out to Sheikh Ahmed Fakir, one of the most senior beloved ulama in the country. We learned by him, the Bulugh al-Maram, we learned the Tafsir Jalalain, we did all that by him. And from there, we went to Medina.
What were the most important life lessons that you learned in Medina, in Saudi? The big life lessons that you learned there, that helped you in your community, that helped you in your career when you left there?
Number one, it further develops me what my mother has taught me over the years. Consistent with Salah. Now I learned why is consistency important. My mother told discipline. I've been taught what is the why must a Muslim be disciplined? Allah loves a person who is a disciplined person. Allah loves that person. So I had to learn all these things. And obviously when the Sharia is concerned, we learned a lot of things. I mean things I never thought of. And I look at the books here. My Ustad, I'm going to be testing all these things. And you just study at all. You just study. I mean the Nail Altar is a four volumes. It teaches you the last year, almost the whole volume, last volume in the fourth year. He said, man, it's crazy as man. He said, how can we? You just study. So, all different abwab in the Kutub al-Fiqh, especially in the Nail Altar, there was a book for fiqh. And I tell you, there's a lot of things. And we have learned, and we could practice and carry it down. If I go back one step backwards to the high school, I did 3 at high school in Jami'ah Islamiyah. I did high school before I went to college. There we did chapters, and we never did in college.
Okay.
And it gave a basic, in depth, how inheritance work. You know, so all that we learn. So you can never repay what they've done for you. And they've given us a gift. And I appreciate it. Yeah, Mr. Kwak, so he is the element of the text here. But the man, though I go to the mosque, come to Jami'ah Islamiyah, pray like a bakery on the floor, and some student will sit here and there, not going to Jummah. It was shocking to me. Alhamdulillah, I've learned. There's a friend there, so I build a friendship. If Zura tell we go to the mosque, we go together. I wait for him, we go together to the mosque. And so I built a friendship. I had a Iranian friend, who basically lived in the house. He was a very, very good friend. His name is Muhammad Ahmad. He was in my class. And when I went to shopping, come to my house, eat breakfast, supper, and at night I bring back to the car. And he is at the university. So in my class, so one day, tell a little joke. He came with me to the market. We buy things from the market. We finish and we go home. As I took the turn, I saw eggs flying all over the show. I did the egg on top of the car. And then we were flying. Subhanallah. He goes, eggs all Rabbana. So yes, that was one of my good moments.
Your face is very bright and happy when you're talking about these days of Islam, of the Jamia Islamic University.
No, definitely.
Well, they were good days in your life.
Allah has blessed me. If I have died, I would die with the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Whenever Hajj a few years ago, I think we'll die in Medina. I went to the Haram, Medina. My wife, woman in Minkanip said, she went to them and check where she's going to sit. She, Fatima, watch where I'm going to sit, please. Because when I'm not in the sun, and it's severe heat, I just flop out. Especially when I get a cramp in the summer, I start sweating, sweating, and then I flop out. So I said, okay, now I can feel something not right with me. And get to her. I walk. Just came out. Do something. And I can sit now. And before I walked to the hotel on the edge of the haram, I flopped out. Hang on. Just stop. And people came to help me, Indian, Pakistani people, doctor, I have a husband, my wife, both are doctors. Can they help me and say, man, you can't find my pulse. The ambulance took me to the hospital. I overnight there. I said, doctor, my flight is tomorrow. I must leave the hospital. Please, doctor, I beg of you. She said, actually, stop taking me very seriously. She said, no, we will say you get out. Don't worry about that. But doctor, my flight is booked for tomorrow. The female Saudi doctor. Please, doctor, I beg of you. I must go pack my bag, everything to the river trip. So the other thing I probably remember when I was in Medina, now, a few years ago, 2-3 years ago. So in Medina, I'm to say to you, the impact of people in my lives. One thing I've learned, I always maintain, respect your teachers. My teachers, my ulama, they're all doctorates and professors. They're the greatest love for me. The greatest love for me. I had a teacher, Dr. Shafiq. Dr. Shafiq. He was my teacher in Adab al-Nusus. And was very fond of me, very fond of me. If you ask me something, he said, if you open his mouth, say yes. I didn't know what the question is, say yes, sir, I will do it for you. He said, I'm going to go to Jeddah. We go with the car, or we go with the bus. No problem. If we go with the car, put the petrol in. We do what we need to do, okay. So I'll do that for him. We need a hotel, we book an hotel, and we eat and drink and we do what we have to do. And so much, he loved me so much.
You seem to have a lot of attachment to the people in your past.
I think that's from, well, I'm like that, that's the truth. From childhood, I remember those people. Well, everyone played a role in my life, wallahi.
That's good.
But one day, the teacher doesn't know me. But they're writing exams. They are more by the time they want to go, the teachers. I said, come late. And now I said, my time. I sit and write and whatever.
Were you a good student?
Well behaved, perhaps.
Yes, okay.
I'm not intelligent. I wasn't very intelligent. I had to work very hard for me to cross. And
But you were hardworking. You were a serious student.
Yeah, I was. So tell me, Yabdi, yalla. My son, come. Teacher, I have time in the rift. Yeah, get done. And for us, he irritated me. When time was over, he grabbed my face. He said, you have no right to do that to me. You have no right to treat me that particular way and upset me like that. Here you go, from what country are you? Or which country? I'm from South Africa, where I am from. There's no right to treat me like that. My time is 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and at 11 o'clock you're taking my paper. Other people write fast and quick, that's their problem. I'm not like that. My time is over. I had a bit of tough for him. I went home, feel very sad what had happened. Now I'm going to rectify the situation. I go back the next day. I look for him. I walk around the boat, every time I look, there I saw him. I said, sir, can I perceive 1 second, please? دقيقة واحدة, 1 minute. I want to apologize. My baby lost yesterday. I said, no, ever. Come here, you're my son. He grabbed me, held me. I said, no, there's nothing to apologize for. I felt so good after that. It was a good day for me. So, when tears come in, I go to them, take their bag, put their bag on the table, and I clean the bottom. All my teachers. I take their bag, put the bag on the table, and I clean the bottom. All my teachers.
Do you think that students respect their teachers today? I mean, you've been involved in setting up
today,
Muslims.
yes, I saw teachers.
Let us talk about today, where we are now. What is your evaluation of society today? I mean,
There's no honesty, no respect, nothing. No respect, no honesty, there is nothing. You don't have anything.
Why are you mentioning honesty and respect?
I raise my children like that.
Okay.
I raise my children. My daughter is a doctor.
Are you strict with your children?
I'm sorry, I'm bloody strict.
You know, there's always a saying that the children of the mashayikh
If you
are always
naughty ones,
is that true?
if you steal, I'll burn your hands with the fire. Now I brought my granddaughter, she was still young. I put the stove on. Wallah, I burn your hands with fire. I would rather go sit in jail, I would sit with thieves in my house. All of them, I treat all of them the same.
And it's Muslims.
So one day I brought her hand to the stove. Can you feel the warmth, the heat? She could put her hand on the fire here. Whenever he did it, I'll just show her the heat of the fire. That's what I will do, you steal from him. You ask me. If I don't have, I don't have. And my children know. I don't lie, and I don't steal.
What's your relation with your children?
Very good. Very good. I think my son's a bit jealous of me. I give lots of attention to my daughters.
How many daughters do you have? You're taking so long to think, Sheikh. How many?
No, I got 13 children, 2 by
13 children?
11 by Malima Fatima.
MashaAllah.
For elders, the elders is...
You're very open about having 2 wives.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We should encourage it.
Sorry, before we get there, you're very open in the sense that you speak about it very freely.
Alhamdulillah.
Many ulama, or most ulama, and I've come across, even those who do have 2 wives, don't like to encourage it and talk about it.
No, sign of weakness.
Can we talk about that?
Of course, I'll talk about it. And we'll encourage also. And when I get home, my wife will tell me, you did a good job.
So
she will encourage. I tell her, you know what's the problem today? You know, in Saudi State, how many women are unmarried, either divorced or husband passed on, or whatever happened with our husband. You know that? How many? Only in Saudi, small in Saudi State. What about the bigger cater? There are thousands of women who live single.
But do you think men? What is the
solution?
What is the mindset that the man must have?
You mean just and fair, just and fair and honest.
But the Quran says that you won't be able to be fair.
No, the Quran says that. Quran says, "لن تستطيعوا أن تعدلوا بين النساء ولو حرصتم."
ولو حرصتم. يعني ولو حرصتم
you can't have the same love for A and therefore B. You will have some تميل إلى واحدة ولا تميل بالنفس في نفس الإمانة إلى ثانية. Can you 100% just?
Is it easy?
I wrote to my wife and told her, darling. I said, darling. Don't mention the name. The wrong name. The big problem.
Do you ever mention the wrong name?
Yeah. I said, darling.
But do you ever mention the wrong name?
I'm very observant of that. Very observant about that.
You've never mentioned the wrong name?
No, in front of them.
Okay.
But alhamdulillah, things are going well. I have 2 children by Ruwaida, beautiful girls. One is studying Egypt, and one is Hafid the Quran, learning Hafid the Quran. All 3 of my children are involved with the Quran. 11 by Fatima, all Hafid the Quran. Iman, Ruwaida, my eldest daughter, in Egypt, she's Hafid the Quran. My baby daughter.
And how's the relationship between the children and the
No, alhamdulillah. My wife loves him like her own children.
And what is the role that the father has to play to bring this stability, to bring this love?
You must be fair and just with both.
But what does that mean in terms of in what you need to do?
It's building a natural relationship. Building up a natural relationship. When you need to go somewhere, don't do other things, take from your wife's time, you know if it's her time, she will be on time. If you can't make it, but late, I'm on my way. Fine. But I think...
How did you start the conversation? When you decided to take, this is not really what I want to discuss with you, but since you mentioned it, and I know it's something unique, other ulama won't give me these insights. When you decided today, I want to get married to the second wife, X, how did you start that conversation with the first wife? What was that conversation like?
For him to tell you the sunnah of the Nabi Sallallahu more than one wife. Sahaba always said, never leave a woman unmarried.
Sheikh, but every woman and every man in Islam knows about more than one wife.
You must be strong, come here. You must be strong in yourself and have faith in yourself and do what you want to do. If they disagree, they want to, that's a different thing. In any case.
Did your wife agree?
My wife was always encouraging we must get married to more than one wife. And any woman, even from the ulama, with a second wife, with the first or second complaint, they come to her. She will advise, when she leave my wife's company, change different. From the husband, different person, completely different person.
I think many people will phone you now for this advice.
No, I don't think they will. The house is too small.
The house is too small?
The house is too small, yeah. But inshallah, we need to set an example. It's haram upon the men to see so many women are unmarried. They don't even propose them to get married to them. You don't need to be a millionaire. If you earn 100 rand a month or 100 a week, you have 6 children there, you have 60 rand there. To one child, they get 40 rand there. That has to be even. It will never happen when you have 6 children and 1 child there. I will give the same amount at both sides. But what I'm saying is, there's ways and means and we can resolve the issue. And Islam has given us all the solutions of the problem. Wallahi, all the solutions of any problem. Or any person who say, I can't afford to have another wife.
Sheikh, you've been working in the community for 40 years, a bit more. What
I work in the community, but much more than that. Only as Imam, I was 37 years in the community, only as Imam. Almost from teaching, to fighting drugs, to fighting gangsterism.
Tell us
all that. The first 38 years.
Tell us, I want to discuss 3 things with Sheikh before we go. The first thing is, tell us about fighting drugs and Pagad. What was Sheikh's involvement in developing that, in creating that, and what is it like to be on the ground facing these types of problems?
If you want to cry with people when they cry, and when you laugh when they laugh, you must be on the ground.
What does on the ground mean?
Ground means when people are sick and visit him. They come to your house. I've never charged for a single cent. I'm employed now, unemployed. They come to my house, I give them service, I speak to them. And I'm still doing that. Did
people come with a lot of drug problems in them days? Or issues?
Some with drugs, not all. Some with drugs, but there are quite a few drug people come to see the counterpart, the husband was involved, or the women that was involved. That was
what was? Did you have any involvement in not necessarily in the structures of Pagat or in the movement, or in the community at that time that gave rise to Pagat? What was Sheikh's involvement or Sheikh's?
You ask serious question, eh? Alhamdulillah, I was never afraid of Pagat. They threatened me many times.
Okay.
So one day they phoned my house. Say, tell Sheikh, 'n bom is huis net. My vrou sê vir my, wat tel jy? Oh, we gaan lank vir jou, praat net by iemand, so put the phone down.
What was Sheikh's fallout with them? What was the issue there?
On principles.
What was the principle?
Principle is, you never attack my ulama. Everyone is not that strong and a big heart to undertake measures like drug trafficking. Not easy.
Not everyone is equipped to do that.
Doesn't have the heart to do it. But one thing for sure, how do you get to fight the drugs? If you are imam of a community, make sure people love you.
But you've marched to the houses of drug lords and...
Yeah, many. We brought Rashad
Stakhi.
We brought him to the knees. We brought him to the knees. At the end, I had to give money to defend him. People want to kill him. They came with the image with guns. A woman comes with a gun. She has hijab on. She said, I'm going to kill this man. I had to protect that man. And maybe Sheikh Nazim was alive at that time. He must read against Shahada in October to Allah, what he uttered. He swore Allah and he swore the Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That was the biggest mistake. When he did that, my men who came with me that night, they brought him in the shop. They took by his neck and he came with a gun. Bam! One shot. And they shot his car full of holes. A brand new Mercedes-Benz, full of holes. I'm proud of that. I'm enjoying that. I'm saying to what extent you don't touch my deen, you touch my principle. Very important principle. And sure Allah, the message of Allah, you'll play what you said. So I went on the microphone of the masjid, I said, this happened, and I said to Tastaghi, I said to him, now, it's no longer in my hands. This is no longer in my hands. It's the hands of the MJC. And when they said, what is that? So you have to come in. If he will kill you, so I can't do, we can't send for that. Okay. He arranged everything. I had to put security on the road to make sure that he's protected. Remember, come back to Allah Ta'ala with Tawbah and Istighfar? We allowed that.
Did he come back?
They came. They made Tawbah and everything. His other brother, Rashid, he became murtad. He became murtad and died murtad. I think so. I don't know. But he went to become a preacher, preach to the people in Menneberg. And I came to find out a few weeks ago that he died already. And yeah, so he was the big boss of the ACLs. But they are with him.
So what is, you must be very brave to march to drug lords and the community.
I think we had the biggest...
Was it successful?
Very successful. Very successful.
And what's happening now with drugs in...
We follow up. In drug activity. You know, when I came from Medina, people sat in the street selling drugs. On every corner of the street, selling drugs. Hey, what the hell is going on in Saudi State? I didn't leave the community like that when I left. And ever since when I left from Medina, I became involved in fighting drug and gangsterism. And I still do it.
Sheikh still does it?
I still do it. A few months ago, with myself, Sheikh Irfaan Abrahams, we went to the roads to a place where we're not pushing drugs. We went there.
Sheikh, another interesting organization of activity that you started was the Ahlul Sunnah Defense League, anti-Shia campaign. Tell us about that. And was it necessary?
It was very necessary. Because people being influenced with the Aqidah, with the system, which is far from the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Very far.
Okay, but can I just stop, Sheikh, there for a second? Just to understand. I mean, we live in South Africa, right? And people have a choice. People can be Christian, they can be Jewish, they can be nothing.
That's their own.
Right.
They come to do bring food to eat and food for the week and food parcel, and they tell you, come to our meeting at the...
But Muslims also do that. We also go into poor communities and take food to people. And
I give Christians as well.
Right, so we also do that. So why was it so important to have... Well, let me ask, were there people who were converted to Shiism in the community?
Not a lot, but a few.
A family, two families, 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, especially in the Jasmine area.
Really?
I'm informed about it.
Yes.
But I mean...
So what is Ahlul Sunnah Defense League? Does it still exist? What I saw it on Facebook, and I remember years ago there were
that's
activities
it.
and
Came up afterwards. I'm talking about the name.
Okay.
I do me as an individual,
Okay.
as an imam, and try to influence people with the right things. Educate them, make them understand, and make them aware of the danger of Shiism. The danger of Shiism. It can lead you even to kufr also. And in any case, people are not equipped. So what I did, the first issue I did, Al-Mata'a Quran. It was lecture on Shiism. It was the first time that the general public, the ulama, was invited to a masjid so they be educated on the issue of Shiism. Even the ulama didn't know what Shiism. And that was the more dangerous thing. They only didn't understand what Shiism is. If you talk about the man what they want practice, they don't know what he's talking about. That became a problematic for all of us. So we said, okay, Sheikh, I will do that for you. He had 22 lectures on Shiism, 21 weeks. And the ulama sat, and anybody's invited. We are Shia to come, not very inviting Shia, but some of them came with the mindset, they want to put Mullah down, Mullah Ta'a. You know, there's the question, when I say leave, I'll answer that question. Mullah Ta'a Karam. So a brave man, mashallah.
So where did the name Ahlul Sunnah Defense League come from? Is that
years after we now have developed and educated people, then decide to make this what do you call it?
Ahlul Sunnah Defense
Ahlul
League?
Sunnah Defense Force.
Is Sheikh part of that?
No, they advise me. They ask me for advice.
Okay, so
And
it's not.
this
It's
is
okay. So Sheikh is not part of that because
I would sit there and discuss it until we discuss it. We talk about Nali.
Okay.
I belong to it. But doing good work, educating the people. And we also need to keep the radio aware. They come with their programs. Don't let them on this Shia connected thing, etc., etc.
A lot of people say we are just, or there are some people who are just politically aligned. That they believe in.
No, I'm not politically into anything.
No. So there are people who say they're not Shia, but they are politically aligned to Iran. They are politically aligned to.
Nonsense.
So Sheikh,
But they didn't take the party. What didn't take the party? Tell me. I'm going to answer asking you. What didn't have a party? This is against the party government? You stop there.
So how does Sheikh feel today about the involvement of Iran and Hezbollah in what's happening in Gaza? Because that's a very interesting. That's a very interesting phenomenon.
I actually admire them.
Admire who?
The Hezbollah, I admire them for the stand take against Zionism. I admire them. Of course, I admire them. They do many of Muslim countries cannot do and don't want to do. They're cowards. So I admire them with the state to take and defend Islam and defend the people of Palestine and defend Masjid al-Aqsa.
So
I admire them.
on that, so Sheikh is okay with
I'm my personal opinion. I have no problem. Whoever helps the Muslim against the enemy, and if you help against injustice, you say again, I will support you. Oppression is dark on the day of Qiyamah. And everyone should know that. It's a serious issue.
Sheikh, getting back to the community, Sheikh was involved in setting up schools, madrasa, Quran school, primary school, high school.
I'm only going to mention a few of schools. She brought a whole list of things I've done over the years. My PA, one of my PA that time now, she's now a wife. Also, but I have a few things.
Okay.
When I saw, see the importance of this. When I saw things that happen in the community, we can still help the children in the community, I will go for it. People say unjust. So I started, the first thing I started with the Hafiz school. Why? The morning, early hours, boys go with the Quran, in the bus, in the train, like I used to travel out of Saudi State to Aden to learn Hafiz Imam Shamsuddin. So I said, why? Why can't we start Hafiz school? I speak to one of the members, completely object. So fine, I'm started. I don't ask you for money. That is a few years after I returned from Medina. So at the Hafiz school, I've been down there, although in full-time and part-time, I will facilitate. I will teach him. Believe you me, the first 2-3 months, I teach more than 150 children alone. From the morning until the evening. Part-time and full-time. Full-time was 15 full-time, the rest are part-time. Girls and boys, a lot. And somebody reminded me the other day, Sheikh, do you realize you had the biggest Hafiz school at that time? I had the largest Hafiz school.
What year was in the early 80s?
Huh?
What year was this, Sheikh?
Early 80s, yeah. So I, early on from 7 o'clock I'm in school, they listen to people, come those from home, come sit there immediately. Don't sit there and go over your lessons. You come to school, you must know your lesson. If you have a whole day, you sit to go over your lesson. And I was really, I don't say mad teacher, but I don't take no nonsense. You don't learn my lesson. I get a boy, two boys to hold your feet, and I give it to you on your feet.
You know, I tell my children, I used to get falaka at the Quran school as well. But why a Quran school? So why do we need to hit children like that in Quran schools? I got a lot of...
Because when they leave the school, they are free to do what they want to. How many people are paying their school fees? You don't come, learn how, can't waste your time like that. You read Quran, learn it properly. So, no, I didn't take nonsense children. I might give you a chance. I might give a second chance. But third time.
You seem to take a lot of pride in the fact that you are a disciplinarian, that you like to discipline, you are no nonsense person. But you're extremely friendly as well.
Yeah, I mean, loving my children.
No, I mean as a person, you're extremely friendly as well.
Yeah, I mean, ask her.
Your wife?
I'm a friendly person.
Sheikh, you mustn't get me in trouble because your one wife is here and then...
No, she's my PA.
Oh, your PA. Oh, sorry. Oh, forgive me.
She was my PA.
Oh, she was... Okay.
She's not home now. I give her too much work.
Okay.
She can do settle down and relax at home. And that's what she's doing at the moment.
So Sheikh, but on discipline, what do you think, how do you view discipline today in society? How do you view discipline in society amongst people, amongst Muslims,
Number one,
Musallis? What is your opinion of discipline? Is there enough discipline?
Discipline is very poorly instituted, And sometimes the government misunderstands what is discipline and what is
corporal punishment.
You need the person, and the whole body full of marks, no. But there must be discipline. When there's discipline, there's respect. And with the respect, there's order. You get what you want. So I have been maintaining that the same discipline. My children know, I tell them, no teacher complain to me about you. I'll come into school and I'll give you plenty good hiding. They will never complain about me. My children, I'll sort them out. Because I am the principal here, I am of the school, and you need to know your lesson. So when my daughter came to me, the eldest daughter, I'm going to show this clip when you copy, inshallah. I told her, I said, Shabi, I don't think that Mu'allim likes me. I was short to the point. If you know your lesson, you show respect the teacher, there's no reason teacher shouldn't like you. An answer. If you know your lesson, you show respect the teacher, there's no reason the teacher can't like you.
But today, I'm sure, or let me rather not preempt the answer, do you think that parents themselves today have respect for administrations, have respect for teachers, have respect for structure themselves?
To be very honest with you, very, very honest, the parents are the biggest problems. Most of the parents.
What kind of problems did you come across with parents as a principal?
The children, my child will never do that. And my child never wrong. My child will never do that. I was my mommy, never use the word never. You know your child, when you see him, When you ask by the door, you don't know what it is. And that's the reality of most of the children. In front of very humble, very respectful. When you leave, you take off the mask. You take off the mask, different person. Wallahi, I've seen it. And one day a man came to me, my opposite neighbor. He says to me, Sheikh, you know, all Sheikh children, they probably get on my car, so and so. I don't say the name on the TV, so I don't mention the name. But just even Sheikh has seen, he never greets me. He never greets me. I take it, I kiss his hand. Thank you. I took my somebody's neck. Come here. That man said you never greet him. I didn't, and then you go and go apologize for that. You go over and go apologize. You didn't see him and look around you. I did not greet people. I tell my children. And that's what they do.
And how do you think parents, or what do you think parents are doing wrong today? Or what are parents not doing today? Do you think that parents also under a lot of pressure, work, mothers working, fathers working, there's not a lot of time?
That part of your problem. It shouldn't be a whole problem. I mean, I had a mother. We grew up very, very poorly. But my mother kept us together and instilled discipline in us. Discipline.
Where is the role of the ulama and the scholars in assisting you?
Yeah, I can't say the ulama not speaking about it. Of course, in the Jummah year, there's one speak. Go to different masajid, now Ramadan, and you don't think people talking about. I go to different Jummah, different topics you talk about. And amongst the discipline of our children. I mean, I went to Nairobi one year. I did the main mosque in Nairobi. And listen, he spoke about the importance of rearing your children. And how the West try to educate our children on their way of thinking. To our children. And the role we have to play with our children, develop them as good Muslims. They're massive masjid. So you can see all over the world, not only here. Like we set a good example by, you can't just tell the children, go to the mosque, you don't make salah, or salah at home. That shouldn't be. You go to the mosque, go where you need to go. Make your salah, take your sons with you. Or for salah, qad masitu. Go to the mosque. But if you're not worried about that, if you're not worried about Allah's laws, what are you worried about? Man-made laws. Allah owe you salat, wa'amur ahlaka bis salat wastabir alayha. Allah owe you salat. And they find that you can salah, you take your children are not making salah. How can it be possible? So I'm saying, Alhamdulillah, I instilled in my children Quran and Salah. Come on, you look at Salah. Some for my children, Fajr. So when I come, you look at Fajr, Mashkha, Salah, Fajr, no. You man, Mashkha, Missin, Mashkha, how is it?
At this age, you still ask them?
Hey?
You still do that?
Of course I do it. So we need to be more alert and don't ever leave children on their own when they are married. That's the biggest mistake. I don't get involved in marriage, I'm married now, the big people. No! You must tell him, Allah commands you to make salah on time. When Nabi did, when the house of Sayyidina Abu Bakr, knock on the door of Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu. Knock on the door, say, as-salah, as-salah. His son, most beloved son, beloved daughter, he did that. Where are we?
Excellent. Jazakallah khair. We are in conversation with Sheikh Irfaan Abrahams. We'll be back right after this.
In Conversation With is proudly sponsored by Africa Cash and Carry, Crown Mines.
In conversation with Sheikh Irfaan Abrahams. Sheikh, Jazakallah khair once again for joining us. Barakallah feek. Tell me about how Islamic organizations today, like the MJC, how is it different in terms of the leadership and the things that people are doing in ulama today compared to ulama in your days? When you were out of Medina, you came back in the mid-80s, there was a certain system in a way in which people were doing things. You've been in senior leadership positions in Islamic organizations in South Africa over the last 30, 40 years. What has changed over the years? What has gotten worse? What has gotten better?
You want me to talk about that?
Your experience over the 30, 40 years. What was it like 30 years ago to run an organization like the MGC or any other organization? And how have these organizations improved? I mean, when you came back in the 80s, you were among the young people to come and lead the community, and you took up the job, and you took over from older people, Adu Ulama, Sheikh Nazim, Allah yarhamhum, and so forth. What was leadership like then? What is leadership like now? What did they get right that we are getting wrong? What did they not do so well that we are doing better? Compare.
I'll tell you, my life is, and I'm telling my children, wherever I go to, I never took a sin from people that belong to me. I never took a sin from people that doesn't belong to me. I don't lie about it. I don't lie about things, making up stories, lies. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. That's my kind of life. I look at Sheikh Nazim, rahmatullah alayhi. He was a great leader. And I think lots of time about him. And good example, I did exactly what he did. Do you know? When I come in the morning, in my office, sit half an hour, 2 hours, I go to all the offices, I visit all the offices, all different departments, I go and visit. I have tea with this one, I have tea with that one, I agree with that one. I get all the departments, I've done that. And I'm still doing it. When I was president, now I don't know what I am today, but I still believe I am the president of the Muslim Judicial Council. Legally and Sharan.
Okay.
So, I have done it, and people got me out of my position. I say, why, on what basis? I don't want to talk about these things, man. But in any case, what I'm saying to you,
I want to know what is different. What was Islamic organizations like in the 1980s compared to what they are like now? I mean, it has to have changed. And what type of changes did people of your generation bring to these organizations?
My younger generation, but not my generation, of no, not my generation, the generation below. Because, sometimes scared, I'm afraid how people run the organization like a political team, like a political group. If I agree, whether you understand or don't understand, all they put their hands up. Put my hand up. No, don't go up. What sense you talk, or whatever you propose, when you don't understand, whether you understand or not, if your hands don't down, nobody put up their hands. That's how it works with the groups, when you work in the group. One of the biggest problems that we have, and we're going to regret of that, we're going to regret for this, is not how Allah wants us to be true leaders of our community. They will all be just and fair. I tell, wherever I go, I lie. Tell me, I ever lie to you? I won't lie. I might put things in the wrong place over there. I won't lie to you.
Do you think there's dishonesty in Muslim organizations at the moment?
If people are dignified and they're honorable and they're conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so watch every step they're taking. You can't put no suspension, then you choose another leader. You put no suspension, whatever reason, I myself don't know what the reason is, and you choose somebody else to be in my position. Have you ever heard about that? I'm asking, have you ever heard about that?
No.
No, you never heard about that. That's what I want to say about that. But I maintain leadership. Allah will keep you responsible for every word that you're talking. Every word you're talking.
Do you think leaders in the days before, compared to leaders today, were better, or are they different?
Much different.
How were they different?
I think the caliber of people we had, they had the arguments, they had the debates of this, that, and the other, but I still maintain our leaders before, they were good people. They led by example, like I said to you, how Sheikh Nazim ran the MGC, I had to look and see where's the person following his footsteps, with his footsteps. I did it. As long as I'm in the MGC. Alhamdulillah, I was the first president to go out of all the masajid and preach the Arba'in al-Nawawiyah. I was the first person to do it. I teach him the Hadith 1. Then I go to another masjid. I went to Simonstown. I went to Ocean View. I went to Worcester. I went to Palm. I went to all these places right around the ethnic area. Teach him. Every masjid I go, I teach him new hadith. Translated with him, give the details of the hadith with him. So this is how I promoted the MGC. The MGC at that time, I can tell you, I would give my life for the MGC. My life. That I would do it. That I would do it. So, one day, recently from Medina, 2 years after that, from my graduation, they asked me, it's an honor to be the Imam there. They asked me to be the Imam.
The MGC asked you?
No, the committee.
The committee asked you?
I said to them, Sheikh Musa is here, Sheikh Musa Gaude is here, Sheikh Salahuddin is here, Salahuddin, so Salihuddin, and yeah, whatever. I tell the people, and I think Mullah also, Mullah Rahman also. How can I be the Imam to the ulama? They put me in a difficult situation. I told them that. And the Sheikh said, just come with us, see what is all like, and then you can decide it. I will do that. Show me the madrasa, you'll be in charge of the madrasa. Masjid, everything under your key. You do what you need to do. I appreciate it. I think it's fair on me to get involved in a lot of ulama here that are running the masjid, it's the leader of the masjid. I put no, and Kings is the same as there. They are the Imam there also. I refused to I came back to Saudi State, a place of birth, to lead my community, teach him all the time.
How is your relationship with your community today?
I think that it's definitely with the community. I have no problem with my committee fine, my present committee fine. I have a problem with the committee. They must go and do house to house visitation. Other people they think about me. I can tell you, I've never taken a share of my community.
And what's your assessment? How do you feel about your community? Is the community as good?
You see, I tell the people, the CCMA, I tell them, man, sir, in every community where there's a mosque, you have pro and anti. In any mosque we go.
But in Saudi State, is Islam very vibrant in Saudi State? Are you happy?
Well,
are social problems on the rise? Are social problems?
I give my service to the entire community. Then Saudi State, other areas as well. And I've done the best to them. I give you the best. If they come to 11 or 12 at night, I was open. I was never restricted. I said to ulama also, if you have a problem, come and see me anytime. I was never going to, hey, after you can't go to the come to 11 o'clock at night, I will listen to you and will try to solve your problem.
Sheikh,
no problem.
Sheikh, can we
talk?
talk?
Me do the same thing. I tell them over and over. If you have any problem you face here, come and see me. Come to me, even presently come to me. I sit down with a lady, presently, at home. I mean, she had a major problem. I told her that I remember talking to her, she said to me, Sheikh, I laid a charge against him, and the police said they're going to fetch him now. They're going to fetch him. You always retract your reverse your
charge.
Yeah, you can retract your
complaint.
Your complaint, yeah.
Sheikh, can we talk for a few seconds about politics?
Politics, ya Allah, my worst subject.
So first of all, does Sheikh think that Islamic organizations, whoever they are, should Islamic organizations talk about politics?
I think it's very important to know what's happening in our land, the country, what's happening internationally. And I do want to reiterate that my brother, Ibrahim Rasul, is the best person to talk about that. He is groomed into politics. He has a vision for politics. He has an insight of politics. He's a very good man you can speak to.
He sends, I must send salams to you as well.
Alaikum salam.
But do you think Islamic organizations, should Islamic organizations make pronouncements? Should Islamic organizations say, tell the people, support this party, support that party? Or should they leave it?
It's very unfair to the opposite party.
So some organizations,
shouldn't be doing that.
It's not their business to say.
We had a party, the MG of the year, you can vote for everyone to vote. But the top structure are not allowed to be aligned with any, cannot belong to any organization, any political organization. They all know that.
Okay. And how does Sheikh feel about about Muslims representing
You
politics.
see, I want to speak about the DA. People come me, say, you're pro-DA, you this, you that. And speak about anything, say, God Allah, die mensen alle verkeerde die support die verkeerde mensen. Whatever you're going to say. So you cannot say on behalf of any person, make a statement. But if you do that, you compromise your position in the organization. Compromising that. It's very dangerous. I'll say clear. You have the right, you should know, be intelligent enough to understand what ABC offer you and how they set the eyes of the people. And you have to make a decision.
Sheikh, I know at the moment there is something happening between yourself and the MJC. But the reason I'm mentioning this is because I'm going to miss you at the end of Ramadan when I don't see you announce.
I thought you must be.
I won't see you announcing the Hilal. I used to see you on television.
Mijn telefoon doesn't be so they loud tomorrow, eat inshallah. We didn't say not eat tomorrow. I promise.
How do you feel about the issue of Hilal? Has been an ongoing issue in South Africa for some time. Seeing the Hilal in the other neighboring countries. This discussion has gone on and off. I've heard that there's discussions at UQSA. What is your take as someone who's been part of this conversation for a long time?
It's a long-standing issue. And only now. Over the years, we know what the issue is going on. And it will never stop. It will never stop.
It can't stop. It can't stop if the ulama decide to take...
To take what?
A more unified position.
And others don't agree with that?
But I mean, at the moment, this seems to be
we don't accept the sighting of the law.
Who does not accept the sighting of Cape Town?
We don't accept it. I mean, I have so many...
Is there anyone who does not accept Cape Town sighting? Has any Islamic organization said we don't accept Cape Town? From what we understand is that it is South Africa that is not accepting the sighting of out of our borders.
What do you mean borders? Cape Town borders, South African borders.
So Sheikh, now in one country, with outside.
Yeah, but we also have borders.
Okay.
I'm asking.
No, I'm talking
internal borders.
External borders. I mean, okay. Let's
South Africa as a whole.
Okay, let us first start with South Africa. I think from what I understand at the moment is, yes, maybe 20, 30 years ago, there were problems internally where people in South Africa did not recognize internally. But from what I understand now is that there seems to be almost total agreement in South African borders. I don't think in South Africa at the moment anyone disputes Cape Town sighting or anyone in Cape Town now disputes the sightings that happen in Gauteng.
Yeah.
Because of the ulama have resolved that. Am I correct?
Yeah,
Am I correct in that?
They follow procedures they follow to make sure who has seen the moon and what's the angle of the moon, etc.
So the ulama in South Africa have contributed or have resolved the internal issue now, correct? The ulama in South Africa have come you don't think it's entirely resolved?
No, it's resolved. Oh Allah, you know what's going on in the media, yeah, Allah, you get scared. But in any case, what I want to tell you is Sheikh Nazim Muhammad Rahmatullahi alayhi play important role in bringing the country together as UQSA so that they can give guidance to the Ummah, become moon sighting, comes in national issues.
So hence I'm saying the ulama
played a great role. And greatly was successful.
Okay. So now
I'm going to say completely accept because as people come and say, no, we don't accept this kind of moon sighting.
Who says they don't accept the moon sighting?
Check with your mind.
People. Okay. So Sheikh,
sorry.
No, Sheikh. So the next step question is now, do you think that in the near future or in the next few years, we will move to having a bigger SADC acceptance where South Africa would accept? Are these conversations happening the last time you checked between UQSA and other?
Look at our border countries. The country at the border of South Africa. Look at them.
Zimbabwe, Botswana.
Just next to Johannesburg. If they see the moon and we didn't see the moon, what do we do? No, they see 10 people saw the moon. I give them everything.
Right.
What are you going to say now?
Well, what must I do? I live in Gauteng.
You live in Cape Town.
Okay, so what should we do?
That's our question. Do we take all of the effort that we take from over the borders? That's the question.
Sheikh, but the ulama have been discussing this for how many years now?
It's the same problem. It just comes in a different angle.
So what is it that the ulama have? Is it that there's no resolve? Is it that they don't see it to be important? Is it
the way the images going out to see the moon has happened for almost 60 years in the same way. You go to Cape Town, you find we have 4 or 5 groups. They are spread all over the areas in Cape Town where you can see the moon. And when they see, they can record. We say the moon here in Stellenbosch, for example. And they take testimony, who saw it, and then all of us saw it. We take a note. They bring it to the Qadi or the Hakim, and they accept the sighting of the moon, or saw the moon. And then we make contact with Uqsa, tell the moon was sighted in Cape Town. They accept that. Okay, the same shahada we took on this from those saw the moon, we send it to them. So nothing under, and nobody comes with a trick.
No, I don't think anyone's accusing under. We're just trying to understand.
You'll be surprised what people are doing. Very, 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 very malicious. Allah forgive us.
I mean,
but I still say the majority of people accept the MGC's sighting of the moon as well as Uqsa. I accept most of what we accept it. Even Joe Biden.
No, of course we accept that.
Not all. That's not all.
How do you feel about, what is your assessment of the new Muslim communities in South Africa? There's a Somali community, a Pakistani community, a Bangladeshi community, there are Arab communities, and they have...
when I took the seat in the past, many of these people came to my country, my first deputy. He will call me for the meeting, and I would chair the meeting all the time. Whoever come and see him, organization internationally, local, whoever come and call me, say they're going to have so place, I'll come up and I will chair the meeting. All the time. I have no problem with the Indian, Pakistani community, Indian community, I have no problem with them. We have meetings, call them to a meeting. No problem. But no problem that they accept the verdict of the MGC.
Do you think Muslim organizations like the MGC and other Muslim organizations, do you think we cater enough for black Muslims, for migrant Muslims in our structures in terms of the people who administrate, the people who are part of the organizations? Do you think South Africa...
all my years, many a time, I've been serving the African community, Kalichania, in Guguletu, in Nyangalanga, all that. I work there. They know me. And one day when I had an interview on the TV, my beloved Sheikh Ismail Kamani, he told me, Sheikh, how do you mention the townships? He was so active in the town, he worked, did so a lot of work, and he didn't even mention that. I worked all the townships. And I told my wife, I should get married in the townships.
Third wife?
Yeah.
Will you get the third
wife? I should get married in the townships.
Is it,
and live in but where they live, I will live there.
You mustn't just phone me for the moon sighting, Sheikh. You must phone me for the third nikah as well.
I will, inshallah.
Sheikh, what do you see the future of Islam in South Africa, the future of Islam in Cape Town? What are the big challenges at the moment today that you think are threatening us?
One of the
that are very
challenges
damaging.
We are faced with is our negligence towards the African townships. We are very neglectful there. When the team of people who've been given money, what they're doing to serve only the black communities, townships, only black communities, everyone is dead, what they must do. A special budget will be allocated for them.
What?
They will be the best start and get more involved in the townships.
Okay. And in the Muslim communities, you're a community worker, what are the big problems that we are having? Are social problems big? Are drugs bigger? What are the big pressing issues?
In our own community?
Yes.
Unemployment is a serious threat to our community. Many people come and they're not working, can't get work, whatever. They don't have money, they don't have food. That is one of the biggest things. It's very difficult for me to look at a person and don't know where the place of food coming on the table tonight. And sometimes I have to just be careful because you get so involved with giving, and people, you have an ATM in your house. I said, no, not today. No, but what I'm saying to you is that it's a big challenge. poverty, unemployment. But Allah will teach you a lesson also. When you have, be thankful to Allah Ta'ala. So when you don't have, you also are thankful to Allah Ta'ala. Allah give to whom He wants and take away from whom He wants. Whether it is human beings, which is money, which is health, which is whatever it may be, Allah gives and Allah takes away from whom He wants. And I learned, I want our viewers to please listen to me for the last minute. An old man taught me that. An old man with a rajab. I will teach you as a mother, as a father, as a son and a daughter. We're sitting here. Do we realize all the ni'mah Allah has given us? Sitting here. You can see. You can hear. You can feel. How did you get that? Where did it come from? You're inhaling oxygen. If Allah stopped the oxygen 1 minute, everything is dead. So many things you know, but more things you don't know. So make 2 rak'ah shukr Allah day what Allah has given you. Make 2 rak'ah shukr Allah. And make 2 rak'ah shukr thanking you for the giving you for the day. Anything how difficult it may be, thank Allah for that. For the thing you know and for the thing you don't know. The Quran is saying, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If you show gratitude to Allah, Allah will give much more in return. Do that. Even before you go to sleep. So take a do, say 2 rak'ah for Allah, shukr Allah for what Allah has given you the day. 2 rak'ah shukr. And shukr, Ya Allah, a'inni ala dhikrika. Allah, help me to remember you. Or shukr, help me to show thanks to you. Wa husna ibadah. And help me to make my ibadah for you to the best of my ability.
For that, Sheikh Irfaan, what lies ahead for you in your journey in life? Is it something you still want to, what is it still that you would like to accomplish in life? And any regrets? Regrets in life and going forward in life?
I wouldn't use the word regret. I'm ungrateful to Allah Ta'ala. If any person treats me unfair, unjust, Allah will deal with him. I will not regret. I will do what is legally done with Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Legally sharan done. Nabi says, money that you spend to defend your dignity is a sadaqah. Nabi Alayhi Salatu Wasallam says, money that you spend to defend your dignity and honor is a sadaqah. I work on that basis. I defend my dignity and honor. Now I'm going to tarnish my name and drag my name to the dud, to the mud. I will defend my name. My mother grew me, as you heard, how my mother reared me. How my mother reared me. Up till today, I will never get, how can I allow anybody else to treat me like a piece of dirt? I will never allow that to happen.
And forward, what is there that you would still like to do in your life? Would you like to build more madaris? Would you like to retire with your grandchildren? And are you going to say one day, not, it's enough, I'm done?
I would like to complete the Quran. While there was suspension, I have time. I will read the Quran, not to think about nonsense, people are catching on with me. I will read the Quran and complete the Quran. Then I would like to know. All the ajza I know, the first 10, the middle 6, the last 2. Hey, I want to fully recover, go over that and make it stable and strong. And then I'll go to the rest of the Quran.
So you want to spend the next few years completing?
No, years should be in a year's time.
In a year's time, you want to complete Hifz al-Quran?
I would complete the whole Quran, give me another year. My brain is so good as it used to be. And now I have to read a lot in order to understand first, grasp, and then read by somebody, inshallah. But I will spend more time in the Quran, inshallah ta'ala.
And how has age treated you? Age, getting older.
I'm only,
I mean, you have 30.
I'm only 65, going to 2nd of January 2025. I will be 66, inshallah. I'm feeling good. I had a stroke before. I had a side effect. I had an accident also about 2-3 months ago. It had an impact on my, as you can see, hand is swollen. Alhamdulillah. And then I would like to meet my family and friends in Durban. I had to go there. You must remember, I lived number 43 Kenville Road, Kenville, opposite Amgeni Heights and next to NCP. And my contact number is 060 6 33 77 00. 0606 33 77 00. I'm sure you listen to me, you're going to call me immediately.
You'll be
You know, the people at the mosque, they were great people. They were...
Sheikh, I find it interesting, we're at the end of the program.
Oh, yes.
No, just also, but you keep going back to your childhood.
Yeah, I have really fun of my childhood. In spite of all the difficulty I was faced with. And my family traumatized. What had happened to my parents? Alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala, Allah will give them, pardon them, and Allah will run the Jannah, inshallah. My father was a good man, my mother was an exceptionally good person. Ya Allah. I in my life, I don't think there's a woman greater than my mother.
Subhanallah.
You know, before I came here, my teacher told me, this lady came to the house, she's crying. She told my mother, Auntie Johanna, ik heb niet een rok voor naar die matriekfunctie. No, the mother did. She took a beautiful curtain off from the wall. For half an hour, that's a mooi rok voor.
She's so...
Auntie Johanna, you made this for me. And that's how my mother was.
Subhanallah, Allah give her rahman maghfiran jannah, inshallah. Sheikh Irfaan, at the end of the conversation, there is the camera. You can say whatever you want to say to the Muslim community. For a minute, it is your camera.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wa bihi nasta'een wa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. The reality of matters is we are in the month of Ramadan. Make the best of it. About the month of Ramadan, like Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, لو تعلم أمتي ما في رمضان أتمنى أن تكون السنة كلها رمضان. In my people should only know the benefit of great of Ramadan, they will love the entire year of Ramadan. Allahu Akbar. Because in Ramadan are things you won't find in any other month of the year. Now, things Mother Ramadan, under the Ummah of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we haven't given to anybody else. And there is no guarantee whether you can live next year to celebrate another Ramadan. And there we see people tomorrow we visit Jannah. But he's so young. The young and the old and the middle age, all of them are going. And we just don't know when is our time. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow, we don't know. But be hasty and be ready when days come knocking on the door, you say, Ahlan wa sahlan with Allah Ta'ala. So, those who have parents, love your parents. Be kind and good to them. Don't abuse them in any way. Give them what you would give much more for your wife. You know, everyone to make your wife happy, make your parents even more happier. But going to them, ask them for forgiveness, ask them to make dua for you. They have to give your parents. And the dua the parents make for you, that dua, nobody ever prays the dua. Wallahi. Bring the family together, what the Nabi taught us. Bring the family members together. Don't let family ever be split at any time. Work. That Allah ordered us to do, that you should bring the unity and bring the family together, inshallah. May Allah bless you, may Allah protect you. Make dua for us. We are just simple slaves of Allah Ta'ala. Make many errors, many mistakes. And before I conclude, never inculcate your children, they must never lie. Never tell a lie. And number two, tell never to take that which doesn't belong to you. That will be success for you and for your children. And you are already teaching them, inshallah, on the time, inshallah. May Allah bless you all, may Allah protect you all, may Allah guide wherever you are and wherever you go, may you all be under protection, guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Once again, I thank you for the wonderful opportunity you've given me. As my brother Samit, I'm tremendously happy and very feel good about it, mashallah.
جزاك الله خير شيخ. بارك الله فيك.
جزاكم الله
حفظك
بارك
الله.
الله.
السلام عليكم.
حياك الله سيدي.
We were in conversation with Sheikh Irfaan Abrahams, and we look forward to many more interesting conversations. Jazakallah khair for joining us. Sheikh, barakallah fiqh, jazakallah khair.
حياكم الله.
Assalamu alaikum.
الله يبارك فيكم.
In Conversation With is proudly sponsored by Africa Cash and Carry, Crown Mines, and shot on location at Hyatt Regency Cape Town.